search your feelings, you know it to be true.
Oh, she was super grinning. Oh, she looks like drunk.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching Ranger Wrap Up. Uysa!
What is up, everybody? It is Saturday, our favorite day of the week, and it is the Ranger Wrap Up. As I always say, it is Saturday. You could be anywhere in the world today, but you're here with us, and
we appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Today I am joined by my co-host, my goose, the goose to my maverick, Daniel Jerome. Why don't you do your thing, Daniel? Let's hear it.
That is right. Holla at your boy. It is me, the BSG. That's right. Battlestar Galactica, a.k.a. the Purveyor of Petty, a.k.a. the Controversial Conversationalist, a.k.a. the Intergalactic Instigator. And along with us, we have the honor, the sheer honor of being with the one and only. I'll let you introduce yourself, my friend.
Who you be?
What's up, everybody? I am Bryce West, Twitter's least favorite Power Rangers journalist. And back here on the Ranger Wrap Up, it is an honor to be here at Bryce AWK on Twitter. Check me out.
So
here we go.
It's Bryce AWK. I thought that was Bryce Hawk. Like that was your favorite animal. Like,
well, I usually say Bryce Hawk, but then people go, well, how do you spell that? So yeah, I pronounce it Bryce Hawk. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So,
I love that. I love your least favorite power. Yeah. I love that. That is going to be a thing I'm going to say from now on. Just like it works well.
Yeah, definitely. Bryce AWK.
Yeah. Well, and AWK is also it's Bryce AWK. Those are my Middle West Klingler. Those are my initials.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
See, it makes sense. All right. So let's see who we got in the chat. We got Superheroes 101, Noah Cummings, Edward Sanchez Productions, thank you, Zafriah Hassan, Blackwing, and Jared Hodges so far. Oh, and Metal Ryan Gaming. So you guys, like we all say, if you guys have Power Ranger fans on your Facebook or part of your, your inner circle, let them know that the show is on right now. We would love to see or hear from all you lovely people. And we're gonna talk some Power Ranger news because that's what you guys came here for. So far, how you guys been doing this week?
Myself, pretty good. Started going back to a little bit of shoe hunting because I've had my daughter for now 2 weeks. Dear God, someone save me. And with that being the case, we've started doing some more shoe hunting because she loves it. So it's been kind of fun. Hurts
the wallet, though, right?
Dude, my God, she just got her first pair of whatchamacallit, what do they call
Yeezys?
No, not now. We just had the Yeezys. Off-Whites. She just got her first pair of Off-Whites. And my God, they are amazing. They look really good. Her collection is much better than mine now. That's been fun. And besides that, I've been doing a little bit of work. If you guys haven't seen, I've been doing a lot more junkets, interviews, blah, blah. I've been sitting at home just bored. I've been noticing Jezzer doing so much. And I said, you know what? I need to do something again. So I jumped back into the fray. So that's what I've been doing.
Bryce, how about you? How's it over there in Illinois?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with Illuminerdi as well as doing stuff for school and my TV show, The Film Reel, Fridays at 5 on News Channel 15 in our local market.
You gotta
here.
send me a reel, a little sizzle reel of that, so we can put it on the channel, man.
Sizzle reel. Oh, actually, I shouted out the Illuminerdi yesterday because of the Mad Max Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
stuff.
that came to be. That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah, there you go. It's another one of the books, but yeah. So I made sure to say that we came out with it first.
How do they feel about your your separate ventures outside of your main channel?
Yeah, they don't. they try to get it, they try to understand it, but I don't think they do. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I remember whenever the Toei story came out, I think I blew my teacher's mind because the story within 24 hours was like read by like 20,000 people.
Crazy.
And I live the Mount Carmel where the station is at has like probably 4,000 or 5,000 people in total in the town. So yeah, 20,000 people's reading in 24 hours was pretty wild. And so then he even went to go interview me on the newscast there, which was weird to be the one being interviewed at the station I work for. So
it's always fun, man. It's always fun.
But yeah.
First off, we're gonna touch really lightly and quickly on some of the comic stuff that's going on, and I haven't been keeping up. I think Daniel here and there, but I know Bryce is almost caught up. How are you feeling about the direction of the comics right now?
Mighty Morphin, they're wrapping up their current run here. So it's interesting to see. They have the Dark Ranger stuff. Rita's back, kind of. It's not the Rita that we know, I'm pretty sure, but it's like a different, like a clone, I believe. But it's very interesting. They have the Dark Rangers, and then something's got Lord Draken scared out of his mind. So yeah, we've got some new villains to worry about there, so that's really cool. And I've also been reviewing the Draken New Dawn miniseries, and I haven't been as excited about that one because as I mentioned in my review a while back, I think they're trying to cram a little too much into 3 issues there. I feel like if they gave it like a 10-issue miniseries, I feel like that would be really awesome. But they only gave it 3, so they're trying to cram everything into that 3. But they're also making a new Ranger team there, the Shattered, that they revealed here recently. So I'm intrigued to see what that's going to be about.
Definitely.
And of course the new Green Ranger is of course a big conversation right there.
Everybody's trying to guess who it is. You know, I had told Bryce earlier that I'm hoping it is the Wild West Tommy. You know, bring him back. You know, because he's done fighting those rats, right? So bring him back. So.
Yeah, you're gonna bring him back so you can. But Bryce, since you have been reading and everything like that, 2 questions. One, how did they bring like Rita back? How is it a clone? What do you know how or?
That I'm a little unclear of. I've been paying attention, but I haven't been getting around to reading the full issues. So I've been watching it, like trying to stay a little bit up to date, but I don't know the full details into that. Draken New Dawn, however, I have been reviewing, so I know pretty much everything going on there. But I know it's not the Rita that we know. I believe she's dead or missing or gone or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's some sort of clone, I believe. It's not the. I think it's like a putty clone Rita.
Nice.
I believe.
And second question, when it comes to the Green Ranger right now, who do you think it is?
It's definitely Matt. it's
Okay, yes. I have been thinking like, dude, Matt needs his comeuppance. I mean, we had moments where we thought something was gonna happen. Oh, Matt was gonna be one of the Omega Rangers and this and this and that. So finally we get that moment. So I've been waiting, and it's like that makes sense. So do you feel like things point to it, and definitely it's Matt?
Yes, I 100% believe that it's Matt. I would be completely flabbergasted if it wasn't. It's just Matt has been gone since Go-Go, and we haven't seen him at all, I believe, in the entire run of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and now he all of a sudden reappears in this arc. And he just happens to be friends with Rocky. So, I mean, come on. Like, it's got to be Matt. It's got to be Matt. Also, Lord Draken would just be stupid. So,
hey.
Yes, it would be dumb.
Next up, we'll probably touch on today's re-airing of the next Beast Morphers episode, Making Bad. I know I watched it back when it came out in August or something, and I know Daniel watched it today.
You're a horrible person.
Oh.
Cool. You're a horrible person, Jether. Just letting you know. It's really bad that you would do that.
Hey man, because when it originally aired, you weren't on the main Ranger wrap up. You were watching all the retro stuff, so you're finally catching up.
Yes. Oh my God! Before I even go any further, let me see what's happening on that super chat real quick. But I have some words for you. So the Blur tells us this is what the super chat. Thank you very much, Blur. And he says, I think it could be Grace Sterling.
Isn't she like 80?
Isn't she?
Yeah, I was like, how would we get through with that for
I think it'd
Grace?
be cool if she like time traveled, like, and she was the same age as the other.
Yeah, that.
But like she's like she's like really old now, right? So
yeah, we haven't really perfected or addressed a true time travel story. We've done dimensional stories where one dimension may be further in time than another, but we haven't really done time travel. So I don't think it would be Grace Sterling, in my opinion. But I would be interested if it was. I mean, she also deserves to come back.
I mean, I'd be down if it was like if she like was somehow the same age as the other teens.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Morphin Grid, it does amazing things to people, dude.
Well, I guess it did make Justin like 2 feet taller, right?
Oh,
so
2 feet taller, older, and somehow in some way tolerable. So if that,
I don't think it did that. I don't think the Morphin Grid did that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about tolerable. I don't know about tolerable, but it did make him taller.
Yeah. I don't think it did that.
Yeah. I don't think anything could actually do that. Magic of Rangers still won't work. But Jesser, so that's something I've always thought about, where people were like, okay, hey, I'm such a big Power Ranger fan. Watching it ahead of time. If you are watching it ahead of time, does that mean that you are not going to watch it when it does air here in the U.S.?
First off, it is hard to watch it in the U.S. to begin with, so I think the only reason that I watched it when it was airing on in the UK is because of the accessibility of it. I think the reason why it's like faltering is because of its airtime and how they deliver the actual episodes.
Well, I mean, but the great thing is, the accessibility pretty much means on demand. You're able to watch it when you want. I mean, you could set up a DVR and record it and watch it whenever you want to here in the U.S. I mean, if you don't have a DVR, blah, blah, be somebody that pays ridiculous amounts of money and get YouTube TV. I don't know. But, you can watch it here, too, when it does air, so that, Nickelodeon gets those little tidbits from the news.
I personally think that ship has already hit that iceberg and it's going down, so... We're going to be like it or not, we're going to be seeing a new venue for our favorite franchise on in the media.
I'm hoping so. I am hoping so. Like I said last week, streaming sounds to be the way to go. It's probably one of the best things to do, because trying to just watch it at 8 a.m. in like the god awful time slot, no one wants it. 10 a.m. That's a great time slot. It's amazing how 2 hours can change everything.
We have another super chat, and I'll take this one. It is also from the Blur, so thank you. He says, "Why did Hasbro have to dub the classic clips?" Well,
I actually have an answer.
I have an answer to that.
You guys
definitely.
Yes. Okay. I want to.
So the reason why they did that is back in the day with a lot of these clips or these media, they recorded the audio in a different way. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bryce, but it translating it, or putting it in an update episode, it'd make it really sound crappier to play that original audio in there.
Yep.
Right. Well, what they would need to have is they would need to have the raw recordings of like in space and stuff back in the day, whereas that was filmed by Saban, and Hasbro surely doesn't have all that. So whenever Kyle Higgins was talking about whenever he made that the Shattered Grid live action Lord Draken short film trailer, he had to get people to come back to redub those voice clips, because they didn't have access to the original raw recordings even back then, whenever Saban owned the franchise. So whenever you're redoing something in a movie or a television show, you have to have the raw recordings, like without the soundtracks and the stuff in there, or else it just won't work.
So
if
anything, the episode would have sounded even worse than it did.
Probably.
maybe they could have hired better voice actors, or even for Goldar, even just reach out to the original Goldar voice actor.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure that's probably the biggest argument is that why didn't they just get those guys to come back?
Definitely. So I mean, it is what
Well,
it
I
is.
mean, and the thing is, with that, you have to think about, you have to look at kind of like, well, the way Hasbro's already done business versus the way, not Hasbro, but the way Saban has done business versus the way that Hasbro is trying to do business. It's kind of hard to do that. You can't just automatically reach out to this talent and say, hey, are you available? I need you to record something rather quickly, blah, blah, and put it out. Because sometimes there's issues concerning licensing. Other times there's issues concerning, all right, well, we're doing this, but now I am SAG, so I can't. Or this would be something where it's like a commission quote. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to pay you that ridiculous commission quote when, you're only doing 1 or 2 lines. Yeah. So that can be an issue as well. So it's like, what do you do? And it's like, well, okay, we'll just have to find some voice actor that can do it.
So Daniel,
Yeah. Although fun fact about that though, Brennan Mejia on his live stream, he reacted to the Dino Charge crossover, and he actually did confirm that Hasbro brought back Michael Tabor and Camille High to voice
I
the Rangers.
actually think we had we had like a Power Ranger stream with a bunch of people like Airlim, Toku Chris, and all them, and then Brennan popped up, and I think he had mentioned that as well. But
really?
So that's pretty interesting that they did that.
But on Ranger Wiki, it's confirmed.
So I mean, it's fine. Like other than the voice acting problems, Daniel, what stood out to you about, like, what are some of the strengths of this episode?
For me, honestly, the strengths of the episode were the great thing that it gives us moments once again to reminisce. This season, like I said, over and over and over again, has been hitting points where it feels like an anniversary season. And it's not, but that's what's making it great. It's like, all right, this is Hasbro trying to say we're embracing the past and we're looking to improve on the present so that we can have an amazing future. And that's what I like. So Hasbro showing that even with everything that's happening, what people are saying, they are really trying. And it seems like they're doing more, in my opinion, than what Saban has done in like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? Bravo, Hasbro.
Bryce, you had mentioned earlier before that you feel that Beast Morphers is just, it's technically still Saban, right?
Yeah, technically, yeah. The basically Beast Morphers seasons 1 and 2 were both basically run by the remnants of the Saban crew that all basically left after Beast Morphers season 2, and it's kind of like an RPM in space scenario to where they thought or they knew it was going to be their last season, so they kind of went like this is our last hurrah. Let's make it end on a high note. So that I think that's definitely where the up in quality came from, is that they knew that this was going to be their last season. So they decided that they want to do something really cool for the fans. And I believe that they did without, spoiling the rest of the season, obviously, for people who haven't seen it yet. The few people who haven't seen it yet. But yeah, so I am definitely very proud of what they were able to do there at the end. Not going to spoil it, but it is a huge twist, and I love the surprise.
I really enjoyed because knowing that the Super Sentai footage brought back our, what we call them as Snide and Goldar. I really like that they pulled it off. I thought that they could have easily just went and not included Neogryphazor or whatever, and making him the new Goldar. They could have easily done that. But I like that they're trying to spend some more money on that. And like Daniel,
I love that. I love that suit
Daniel,
too.
you know from watching all the Flash episodes back in the day, the way that they format it is you save money here, you get to spend money elsewhere, so I can't recall which episodes that we saw in Beast Morphers season 2 or season 1 where they may have skimped on some stuff, maybe like downplayed a lot of the scenes in order to like pay for more, pay to bring back the other actors, or pay to make something more grand in the scheme of things for like this crossover.
Which is a big thing, and that's what makes it so good. It's like they're figuring out how to play with their budget and really get settled into what they do. But the problem is, what we know with all television shows, if you don't do too well or make great projections as far as numbers go, the next season your budget gets
100%.
cut. So it gets lower. And that's my concern. This season, it's not a fan favorite season, which means a lot of people aren't watching the show. With a lot of people not watching the show, that means Nielsen ratings, they're going down. They still count. So even with that, that means let's go ahead and lower that budget. For a show like this, we can't have a bare bones budget because you have to be able to do a lot of stuff. I mean, sure, there's choreography that you have there that, okay, we can have it priced it this way, but you have to deal with the costuming and things of that nature. You still have to deal with, all your special effects and blah, 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 blah. If you have a lower budget, all that's going to suffer
100%.
too. So it's a concern.
So if you guys were to rate today's episode from 1 to 5, what would you guys give it?
You know what? My favorite, flashback episode or whatever, I think was a Halloween one. I forgot with what season, but whatever. It was a good one.
Force.
This one, I think maybe that was it. I don't know. It was a clip episode, but it was actually still really good. This one, they tried to do the same thing where they did clip episode, and then other half of it was things that were actually happening right now. So this way, it didn't feel like a complete clip show. And that's a great formula. So that gets a little bit of bump up for me. Giving it all I can, reviewing the episode. This one will get out of, what are we doing, out of 5? This one gets a good solid 3. It's right median.
You remember this episode, Bryce?
Yeah. Yeah. So if I were rating this as a clip show, just a clip show episode, I'd rate it as a 5. I think they got it. I think they went really creative with this clip show. It wasn't just bare bones. Let's just throw random clips in there for no reason, and this is just our budget episode. So I really like how they really got creative. They went back into Power Rangers past and took a look at some of those older villains to kind of give probably like a lot of kids a refresh, or if they haven't seen the episodes on Netflix, a look into some of Power Rangers history, and then I like the whole debate on what villain to revive, and then they eventually landed on Goldar. I thought that was really cool. But as an episode of Beast Morphers and the show as a whole, it's a clip show. So I don't know, probably 2.5, 3.
I think we go with 3. Definitely. It's. It is what it is. It's a fun episode. I think that it's great seeing all these old characters. I really do wish I could understand, not understand, but see the aspect of like a younger viewer and seeing who these characters are, and maybe it triggering them and making them go back to Netflix and maybe jumping into what season that character came from. So who knows? It could be a bonus for Netflix. So yeah.
That is true. It's a bonus for somebody because people are going to look back. They're going to want to see something, like you just said before. Because even for me, I was like, when they first did the first flashback, I was like, who is this purple guy? I don't remember this season. I haven't watched the season yet. Maybe I will. And it was like, okay. Even if that's planted in my head, because I'm a consummate cynic, so if that's placed in my head, well, then hey, has to be another mine
awesome.
Too. So
all right, so let us move on to our big news for the week. We have some new Lightning Collection news coming out. They announced, or not announced, but it was leaked or is decoded by, the people that decode that stuff. And the Wave 8 is broken down to Zeo Green, SPD Pink, Dino Thunder Blue, and Lost Galaxy Red. What are you guys' thoughts on these four releases? They're pretty much three new releases and the reissue of the Lost Galaxy Red.
Oh man. Okay. First off, I love how the Ranger community comes together to figure out and get the answers to everything with the whole Lum Earth equals the Dino Thunder Blue and LGY Jupiter is Lost Galaxy. I love that whole thing because I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, but they're like, oh yeah, well this is why, because this means this and that, and I'm like, dang, like you guys really are working hard on this. But as far as what we're getting, 3 new, 1 reissue, not bad at all. I mean, when it comes to the 3 new, my one thing is that I was like, oh okay, hey, the Zeo Green, that's an Atom head. So now I can take that Atom head and use it and put it on like the Mighty Morphin Black,
right
or
here.
blah blah. So it's like great. So here goes something that I can do with something that I've already had, and that's good. Now when it goes to the reissue, everyone's having an issue with the reissue because it's like, yo, I spent money on that Red Versus pack with the Psycho Ranger, but there's a good thing for some people that were like, I didn't spend money on that Red Psycho pack because I knew that they had that Ultimate Psycho pack coming out with all 5, so I didn't get it. And for those people that did that, this is great. But for those that already have it with that Versus pack, they're pretty much pissed, and I can't disagree with them. And I'm trying to figure out what is Hasbro going to do that makes people want to go ahead and buy a reissue.
Bryce, I see behind
What
you
are they-
that you have the Lost Galaxy Duo Pack. How do you feel about this reissue?
Yeah, so as somebody who already owns these 2 figures who have now both been reissued, yeah, kind of pissed. Not gonna lie. This guy was in the 5-pack for Psycho Rangers. However, that's $100, and I'm a 20-year-old college kid, so I don't have that one. And then this guy right here. This is a great
is
figure, by the
amazing
way.
figure.
Definitely, it's like one of my favorite Lightning Collection figures. But now he's getting re-released. However, I'm not as pissed as I would have been if I paid $40 for the thing, because I got that on sale at GameStop for like $10. I would be pretty ticked if I paid full price for it, but it's still kind of annoying. I'm not gonna get it. The reissue. I mean, unless there's something like maybe I would get the reissue if it was like Leo, but like whenever he like rips his freaking
No. Imagine this.
Maybe I'd get
What if
that one.
it's not Leo? What if it's Mike? What if it's like an alternate dimension Lost Galaxy where Mike never fell down that hole and he became the Red Ranger?
Well, somebody who didn't get a civilian head, Mike. That's interesting.
See?
So
What it?
I'd be down for a Mike head.
I am excited for Dino Thunder Blue because it will help bring us closer to a full Dino Thunder team. I'm actually really surprised that they didn't go with Dino Thunder Black right away to complete the Tommy set. But going into SPD Pink, I'm a little hesitant to buy it, only because if they're going to be continuing that B Squad A Squad thing, I don't want to buy 2. Like, I don't want to fall into that same trap.
Yeah, because they're not going to release A Squad alone. It's going to be in a 2-pack or a 5-pack for that matter. God. A Squad Red is the only one that I could see them releasing.
Because she has a civilian head.
Right. Well, they all do, but she was the one that actually had lines. And so I feel like she's definitely the most prominent of that team. And she's the only one that has a name. So
I would love to see a SPD 5-pack, but the SWAT mode. Like, all of them have SWAT gear.
I would too. I think I would drop.
I would drop 100 on that.
Psycho, not as much, but for a SWAT team. Well, SPD is my favorite season. And then my first season as a kid was Dino Thunder. So SPD is right in that same area. So it was just right after.
One of the things that I did like pull the trigger on was another Zach Black Ranger. Only because the shield is great, but the new head sculpt for the Black Ranger is pretty cool. So I did pull the trigger on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering with the new metallic Ranger figures that they're doing, I wonder if they're just gonna do another Atom with that too.
Oh, that'd be
because Zach never.
That'd be nice. But
they're gonna finish them. They already made one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So they're gonna keep making.
that is definitely one to pick up maybe because Adam is great and having a new Adam. Who knows? They might not even do like turbo green Adam. They might just straight go Carlos Adam. I don't know.
Like Carlos Green. Okay, maybe.
Well, I feel like you think of Turbo Green, you think of Carlos.
Do you?
At least
you,
for me,
you
anyway.
really do?
Yeah, I always think of the second cast first before I think of the.
You know
Jason
what that is?
Frank,
That's a way to look at it, so you don't feel like the original cast diminished by being on a season like that, right? That you kind of.
I mean, listen. I mean, I think that the show after the new cast joined improved barely. I feel like the new cast sort of fit the tone of the show better. Whereas the original cast, the season was just too goofy. Like it just didn't fit.
Definitely not.
Now don't get me wrong. The Zeo cast is my favorite cast of Rangers of all time, and that's basically the same cast. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. So whenever I think of Turbo, I think of the TJ. Cast.
I did get one of the Turbo casts. I got the Ashley figure. So that's pretty cool. I did see on, I think she posted it on her story or something that she had bought like a full box of Yellow Space Rangers. Can you do that? Like, is that a thing?
Is that possible? Like, you can buy because I was just looking to talk about how like the cases for what they're selling and what people are saying the denominations of which Ranger are going to be there, and I was like, dang, but. Maybe, I mean, you can go to a store and just be like,
she
hey.
probably could have gotten it from Hasbro directly.
Exactly.
Like maybe she contacted
that would be amazing
and just said, hey, can I get 20 Ashley figures?
That is nice.
Because
we do have coming up, they haven't announced who the Ranger is, but over at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach, we are having a Ranger come in. And if I don't know if they have a figure for him yet, but if they do have a figure for him, I would love to just buy a whole box and just have them sign them. So that's coming up soon. I think November 17th is the time.
Yeah.
It's I don't know who it is yet, but it's gonna be exciting. It's signings and all these little things.
It's gonna be big.
Huh?
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be big.
That's all I know. I'm just like, yo, trust me, man. Signings are like now a big thing because people are like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can still do a signing in social distance. So, I mean, you're social distancing in line, essentially. And then after that, you get in, you get to go ahead and meet the Ranger, take a picture, get something signed, and boom, you're out. It's
cool.
It's the closest thing we're getting right now to a con, and people are clamoring for it. So they would love to go to a signing. And it's a fun experience. I definitely suggest people go. I was just there for the Ray Park Star Wars one, and it was amazing. It was fun. It was great. They were giving water to us as we were waiting in line. So
Daniel, you were waiting in line?
Hey man, look, I'm a fan of some things, and I don't like to be able to be that guy that's like, I'm part of the Illuminerdi. So just let me in.
You won't do that, but I'll do
guy.
that easily because I have no shame. Like, hey man, let me in.
Yeah, no. See, but the thing is, I like to be with the people, and chit chat and talk. Next time, I think what I'm gonna do it and be kind of like Conan and be in line and make an event and get it recorded, have some bits out.
Are you kidding? I go to football games and sporting events all the time and just go, hey, I'm with News Channel 15, and they just let me walk in.
Sometimes you're not even there for it. You're just like watching the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to do that. I'm not that guy, except at Comic-Con. At Comic-Con, I use my badge for everything.
I've gotten so jaded.
I'm sorry, I'm pressed out of my way. They're like, sir, this is a restaurant. Shut up. And I'm just like, I do it all the time. This is a line for the bathroom. Out of my way. Press. But no, I'm not gonna do it for these.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. So I haven't opened these boxes up yet. Should I do a review for all these different figures that I got? I don't know. Like it's a lot of work.
That's
because I actually also got the Evo 3. This box is beautiful. This box is amazingly beautiful. I love it. Like the figure, from what I saw in the figure, it's just a whole thing, but the box is beautiful. Dude, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll do one. get some in-depth look at
Hey,
some of these.
you know what? I'm thinking maybe you should, because fans do want to see what's inside, blah, blah. Yeah, I know they already know, but that whole experience of seeing you open it and them getting like, wow, it's a thing, man. It's a thing, and why not?
Also, going back to the Lightning Collection, we do actually have a little bit of insight, not confirmed. I'm going to reiterate that it is not confirmed. This is just what people are saying. So it looks like the next wave, which would be 9, is looking to be SPD Green, Lost Galaxy Blue, Zeo Yellow, and the other one they're trying to figure out if it's in space black or metallic armor black. They're still trying to figure out which one that is. What do you guys think about those?
And I'm starting to get really sick and tired of those those re-releases, man. Like you know what? I mean, I feel bad for people who bought the new Goldar figure, because I've actually got one right here. As you can see,
there you go. Look at that. Turn into the re-release right there.
There you go.
I got the new Goldar figure right there. Oh, so just take the wings off, and that's the new Goldar figure. So I will be a little upset if that's another MMPR black. Not gonna lie, but
what are you talking about? They're gonna add like new power.
No, it's gonna be the metal. It's gonna be the metallic one.
Atom head as well, but
it's gonna be the glittery black.
But yeah, so it'll have the Atom head, which will be cool. But that's like the third time that figure's come out now, the MMPR black. So if that's true,
like the other ones make sense.
It's getting to a point with these re-releases. It's getting to a point where I'm just gonna hit up Toy Turd from now on and be like, "Look, this is what I want. Can you just make it for me?" And he's like, "Sure, digital print it, 3D print it, and I'll paint it. You'll get it next month." Like, I might as well just start doing that, because it's they're giving out stuff.
Dude, I follow him on Instagram. He's awesome.
Oh man, he's great.
Oh,
he's great.
I love his stuff.
Yeah.
I was so glad that I was finally introduced to what he does on the Viewing Globe. Without that, I would have never known. But I'm like, dude.
I saw his Chrono Ranger figure from Unworthy, and it's like way out of my price range. But once it is in my price range,
wait, what is the price,
I am
dude?
Definitely getting it's over 100, but it's a fair
and
price.
It looks solid.
It's a dude, it is a immaculate looking
does it come
figure.
with a weapon?
And the way Joe was talking about it, you're really paying for a piece of art. It's not just a toy, at that point, So the price that he has on it, I firmly believe is a fair price. It's just I can't afford it. but no, I gotta get one of those. And I also really want a Lightning Collection SPD Orange figure.
Does he do those too?
That'd be. If he doesn't, I'd love for him to start, because I really want one of those figures really bad. But one thing about, speaking of SPD, you said SPD Green was rumored to be in Wave 9. So how much are we willing to bet that it's going to be SPD Green with the Dragon Shield, JJ Oliver, and then they're going to re-release SPD Green without the shield later on?
Dude, why? We could make that ourselves, right? We can make that ourselves now. At some point, I'd.
My God, Bryce, you are evil, man. You are.
If it's not, then it's going to be the regular SPD Green, and then we are going to get a re-release for the comic version. Definitely.
Like, it's horrible that you would say that, because I bet Hasbro wasn't thinking about it, and now they're gonna be like, that's it. This guy's
I don't know, because Tommy, it's close enough. Tommy's kid, right? Tommy's kid is the green SPD Ranger. So I'm sure they have him on their radar, to where it's like, oh, it's another Tommy figure. He's got the Dragon Shield. So
maybe, who knows?
So I mean, I'm honestly, I think they might do it. So
let me just reiterate again that this Wave 9 prediction is not confirmed. It's just people trying to decode what they did. So let's not. I mean, it sounds pretty solid, because it seems like they're trying to finish up the SPD team. They're trying to finish up the Zeo team. It sounds like it's a solid choice for what they're gonna do.
Well, so you're saying this isn't like confirmed. This is just rumor.
This is just based.
From what I know, Illuminerdi does a lot of rumors. Like, God, was it an article written by that guy?
No,
Bryce?
not this time. Not this time.
Oh,
but maybe it
Okay.
can be.
But that is
I
definitely
heard they have. I heard they have a 12-year-old like kid working for them, writing articles and just like spreading
Oh man,
misinformation
dude,
out there.
don't put that out there.
that's yeah.
So,
I heard about that. I heard they have like a office full of monkeys with typewriters, like straight out of the
One
straight
one
out of
thing
the-
I do love that they're doing the Zeo figures because like this red Zeo Ranger is amazing. Like it looks so cool. I am so excited. I'm kind of bummed out that they gave him his individual weapon and they didn't do that for Rocky. I was bummed out about that. So bummed.
yeah, that's weird.
That's a good point. I wonder, like, why not? Like, they could have done anything with it, and these are the things they choose. Like, I really think Hasbro needs to start paying attention to what the competition is doing. Like you said, NECO's doing this stuff where they're like, here's an accessory pack, you know? And they need to start paying attention and doing the same thing. I mean, because there are things that a lot of people would want to buy, like the little power explosion things, the multiple different power-ups with the punches and all that stuff. I want these different.
I'm gonna go
swords.
against the grain
I
though.
want these-
I'm not really a big fan. I'm not too big on the little energy things. It doesn't do anything for me.
What?
I don't ever. No, I don't use
So
them.
you guys don't set up your.
Oh
you
yeah.
guys don't
Oh,
buy
it's
them
right.
and
Where is
set
it? It's right,
them,
I have them set up. I don't have the effect piece on them
right
though.
there. The whole thing
Oh
right there,
man,
man.
dude. I mean,
I do. It's just it.
I don't really use the civilian.
Oh,
stuff
me either. Me either.
okay.
It's weird, right?
So here's my baggie where I have all my extra.
Yeah, dude. I have a
effect pieces
ton
and
of random shit in there too. Freaking so many,
Man,
so
dude,
many hands, so many hands. I have so many hands. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
If I would just start always setting myself up. I'd be like, all right, here it is there, here it is there, blah
Have
blah
you-
yada yada. I don't know. I'm that guy because like Joe said, like when you're buying those toys, sometimes and it's like, all right, well, what are you gonna do with it? After a while, you know, as an adult, you open them, you look at them. Oh, this is cool.
I'm kind of
All right.
debating. So
Then you just sit them down.
you know
and
how
that's
they
it.
have the Lord Draken Evo 3 and they have like the Ranger helmets in there. Instead of helmets, what if I just put their civilian heads in there and make it a little bit more demented? You know.
in that little in that background you get you're just evil. Both of you.
I am super happy that I found this one though. This is the Alpha 5 Zordon pack. So excited.
I never got. Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. That was something I have been lobbying for forever. I kept telling people, like, this needs to be made, it needs to be sold. But I said I wanted a whole freaking command center almost. Like, make it cost this much. But I wanted a command center that had Zordon there in it, as well as an alpha. And that's what I wanted.
You know, maybe
So-
maybe someone's out there 3D printing the whole thing.
That comes close enough to it. To it, and I love it.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for what the figures are gonna come out. But going on that, we did mention last week that we were going to finalize that giveaway for the Omega Ranger, and I ran a Facebook randomizer, and it looks like the winner is, where did it go? Derek Hervey. So Derek Hervey. Congratulations. I'm going to text Joe right now. So, Derek Hervey, if you are watching, send us your mailing address so we can send that over to you guys. But that sounds like a good place to wrap up. You guys, any last thoughts on today's Ranger news, Ranger wrap-up stuff?
No, I was pretty happy with everything that I did get to cover. And the news concerning it, I mean, it's all been pretty good. It's relatively a slow news day for Power Rangers, but yet there was still
Sorry,
still
ignore the
talk.
dogs.
Yeah, as far as I know, we don't really have any Twitter breaking news in the works. So, yeah, everything's been pretty quiet. So,
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'd like to thank Daniel and Bryce for coming in today and talking nerdy with us. We really do appreciate all of you, spending your Saturdays with us. It's fun. You know, it's fun to talk about stuff, even if there's not too much going on. I'm trying to think of some fun things that we can do as a community. Are you guys both on the? Do you guys both play that Battle for the Grid game?
I own it. I don't play it.
Same here, same here. I don't play it, but maybe we host a tournament or something. Let's see how the fans fare off against each other, and just put them. It's like us throwing them into like a pit and just like fight to the death, fight to the death. Ranger fans fight to the death. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bryce, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me most predominantly on Twitter at Bryce Awk, Bryce AWK on Twitter. So yeah, that's basically where you can find me for the most part.
And Daniel, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Battlestar Galactica, the most electrifying and entertaining name in entertainment. Right there on Instagram. I really don't do too much on Twitter. I'm gonna take a course from Bryce and learn how to really make Twitter a thing, because I'll tweet something that could be amazing and groundbreaking. Nothing happens. No one looks at it. Not even people I know.
Nope. Come May, I will have a certificate in social media management.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
So yeah, I will be qualified to teach you social media there.
Perfect. I will take that. What about
you can find me on all social media at JezzerZeus. I am just now starting to get back into the groove of things. I've been in a little bit of a rut. I did release a new vlog. It had me and Josh in it, so if you guys want to check that out, or Elle's in it for a little bit too. So if you guys want to check that out, you can find that on YouTube. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. Derek Hervey, if you're watching, be sure to DM us your information. We can get you that Omega Ranger. If you guys want to do more giveaways and stuff like that, let us know. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, leave it in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe to the Illuminerdi, because we are always watching.